What's going on, guys? This is Greg, and here I have Ty Norris, the founder, the creator of the Azha Trader. So this is going to be a FAQ video, frequently asked questions. Last night, I put a post in the group, asked the people to, put a lot of FAQs. Even though there are already some FAQs out there on PDF and stuff like that, we wanted to do a very thorough FAQ video to leave, everything, all stones turned and all that type of stuff. So this video might end up being 20 minutes, 30 minutes, whatever, but we'll leave all the questions in the description. Probably put some timestamps if you're looking for a specific question answered. But before we get into that, let's just start from the beginning. We're gonna take it back. So Ty, first let them know a little bit about yourself. How you came along with the Azha Trader, where you were earlier this year, where we are now, and like the plans, and talk about the group. Just kind of let the people know, for people who are seeing this for the first time.
All right, so like Greg said, man. My name is Ty Norris. I'm from Anderson, South Carolina, a little small city. If you ever seen the movie Radio, from the same city where he is actually from. Went to the same high school, in fact, T.L. Hanna. The way I actually got involved in trading, I actually started with your typical MLM, and then whenever I got in, I realized, nobody was trading, everybody was recruiting. So then from there, I started to separate myself from the MLM just because I sucked at recruiting. And then I was manually trading on my own, and then I started dipping into the EA world. All right, during that time, I actually found a strategy that was working for me, and I actually got with some coders and some developers and some freelancers that actually put this together for me. All right, so with that being said, last year, I was, mid-successful in my trading career, but this year, man, I'm doing well, man, getting anywhere from 10 to 30% profits monthly, passively, not having to do anything, man, and it really beats manually trading by a long shot.
So what made you, create this group and kind of put it out there? I came across this personally. Today's December 3rd. I came across this October 21st. I got involved that same night, and my first month I experienced over 30% profit on my account. I started with 1,000. This month I'm actually going to be scaling up. But what made you create this group, and what are your plans for the near future and where we are now, where you can see us going?
All right, yeah, so what made me start the group, one of my business partners, Julius Calawan, if you actually join the group, you'll see him in there. But, after he's seen the success and the stuff that he was, reaching from using the EA, he decided, like, hey, man, look, man, this can really change a lot of families. We're in the middle of a pandemic. Everybody, half of the population was on unemployment at the time. So we actually came up with a solution to, help other families and actually, share the wealth. So what we did was we started a group, man. We're very close to about 3,000 people in the group. We have over 500 users. Everybody's in profit, man. The ones who aren't touching it, leaving it alone, letting it do what it's supposed to do. The ones that are happy with, 10 to 30%. We do have some clients who try to be way more aggressive, and some of them ended up good, some of them ended up bad. But as long as you can just follow the guidelines that I have went down, I've been down this road. You will be successful. And then as far as next year, man, I'm hoping to have changed over 50,000 families.
Wow, that's a lot. I mean, my personal goal for this, I guess, month. Going into the New Year's is about 100. It's a nice little round numbers. I believe it's possible. We start with that, and then we can take it, over. Because I want to change a lot of families, a lot of lives. And we're not talking about, being able to buy a Lamborghini tomorrow, buying a big mansion next month. This is just starting to see profit, starting to see success in something that, because a lot of people, Forex is nothing new, right? This being on the internet marketing, this is nothing new. A lot of you guys watching have seen the same things over and over again. You see people showing the charts and doing this, and they're showing Lamborghini, they're showing lifestyle. I am like the suspect, right? The usual main suspect when you see me showing lifestyle and stuff like that. But it's not to tell you guys that you're going to be able to see any of this type of stuff overnight or next week, next month. This is something where, you know, regular everyday people can start generating profits, you know, fairly quickly. It's not life-changing profits, life-changing income, but they can finally start seeing success. Then they can learn about compounding. A lot of people might even want to start learning about trading themselves, even though this is a hands-free tool. You know, we're gonna help, you know, put that out there as well. But this is something that, you know, with consistency, with some timing, with some compounding, all type of stuff, eventually you'll get to where you want to be. You know, there's a lot of people who they're content. They might have their job, they're content with that. They might just want to pay a few extra bills without having to like work overtime, or, you know, they want a little bit more freedom, or whatever the case may be. Freedom could be that goal, right? It doesn't have to be materialistic things. For me, you know, anything that's like lit, you know, with the flying around and this and that, that's just all gravy. When I first started looking how to make money online, or what I can do on my own or for my own, it was really more so freedom. Whether I made 100K a year or $1 million a year, right? It doesn't matter. So let's get straight into it. You know, that we'll save all that extra stuff for, you know, future videos. But let's get straight into the FAQs. You got to learn a little bit about Ty, why I'm in this. So Ty has a few, like 10 original questions on his on his phone, and then I'm gonna read off the questions from the group. So take it away, Ty. You're gonna read the question and go ahead and answer it.
All right, so question number 1, please tell us your name and the country you live in. All right, my name is Ty Norris. The country I live in is the United States. I'm from Anderson, South Carolina.
Pretty obvious.
Yeah.
I mean, okay.
All right, what is Azha Trader and why did you give it that name? All right, like I said, Azha Trader is the name of the EA. And the reason why I actually gave it the name is because my daughter's name is Briasia.
You can show, you kind of if you want to get closer, if you want close up to the
yeah, you know, it's actually tatted on me, AZHA. That's actually my daughter's name, Briasia. So you know, that's how I came up with the name, because right whenever I was like, I don't even know what I want to call it. You know, she was like, name it after me, Daddy. So I was like, okay, Azha Trader. All right. How long have you been trading in the Forex market, and why did you create this software? All right, like I said earlier, you know, I've been trading for about 5 years. And the reason why I came up with it is because, you know, during that time, I mean, you know, I was working a job as well, like a lot of people watching this video. And, you know, I just wanted automated. Like I was falling asleep during trades, forgetting to put stop losses on my trades. I might miss the perfect entry after I've been watching it all week, so I just decided to move to a EA so it can do it for me automatically. All right. Approximately how many people have bought the software, and what is the feedback you're getting from them? Like I said, man,
as of December 3rd, this video is being shot, you know, midnight, you know, 1 a.m. As of December 3rd, how many?
Oh, okay, all right. So as of the December 3rd, we have a little over 500, close to 600 users.
Okay.
All right. What is the average profit anybody using this software can expect to make every month, bearing in mind that past performance is not indicative of future results? Is it possible to make a loss at the end of the month, or 2 to 3 consecutive months? All right. The average profit is anywhere from 10 to 30% monthly. Nothing's guaranteed.
Nothing.
But you know,
down there.
Yeah, but you know, just from past performance, you know, the average person is making anywhere from 10 to 30%. Is it possible to take a loss? Yes, it is. You can lose some or all of your capital because no results are guaranteed. All right. Can someone who is not a computer guru use this software, and is the software truly hands-free? Yes, you do not have to be a computer guru to do it on your own. We do give you instructions on how to do it on your own if you would like to. If you do one thing incorrect, or put in one incorrect number, you can blow your account. All right. We also offer account management if you would like for it to be completely hands-free. All right. With account management, it's $200 a month, and once your account balance passes $5,000, then it will also be a 20% weekly profit split. All right. How much is the software? And if any of my subscribers buy the software, would you be kind enough to give them 60 days of account management for free of charge? All right. The software is a one-time payment of $2,000. All All right, and then we offer 2 months of free account management services. And then at the end of 2 months, if you like the return that you have been getting, from there you can choose to either drop account management or proceed with it. All right, which broker companies do you normally recommend for Asia users? And is it possible to use another broker from the ones you recommend? You can use any broker that you like that gives up to a 500 leverage. All right, you can use a broker with less, but that's going to make it harder for you to be able to trade with a lesser leverage. All right, the brokers that I recommend, I'm using Hugo's Way on my own, and then I also use Trader's Way as well, but I don't think Trader's Way is accepting any more US clients at this moment. But I use Hugo's Way. All right, is it possible for someone who does not live in the US, UK, or Europe to be able to buy the software? Yes, it is. Forex trading is worldwide. All right, what is your advice for anyone who is doubting whether the software is reliable and will continue to work properly long term? All right, my advice to anyone who is doubting it, all right, what is the worst that can happen? You see what I'm saying? Like if you really trade emotionally, unemotional, put in an amount of money that you're willing to lose, and just put it in there, and then just let it work, and take it and look at it like you're losing it whenever you make the investment. And I wish I could promise you, because I can't guarantee anything. But if you take emotions out of it, don't touch it. Don't get scared when you see drawdown, and just let it run. You will see it. You 9 times out of 10 will see a return. I can't promise that you will, but like I said, I'm not gonna guarantee any type of returns or anything. But just look at the proof in the group. Don't look at my life. Look at the lives I'm changing.
Right.
All right. And that's my 10 questions.
Is that it? Okay, cool. So those are the questions he had before from somebody. Those are like FAQs. Then I asked, for people in the group to, whatever questions they still have. Some of them are already involved, but these might be some, I'm just gonna go read them off. I'll say my little 1s and 2s, but Ty is really gonna be answering them. So Zucchini goes, asks, I'd like to know what you look for when you decide to manually close trades or move stop losses. Thanks.
I said, I like to know what you look for when you decide to manually close trades or move stop losses. Thanks. All right, what I look for is I look to see if the price point is getting close to the stop loss. Typically within 20 to 30 pips. If it gets within 20 to 30 pips of the stop loss, I just go ahead and move it just to avoid hitting the stop loss.
All right, so Saeed asks, wow, great initiative. Please some basic time. Please, some basic topics about how different settings work and what are the risks, and explain Forex vocabulary. I think that's something for, that's like a different thing that maybe we could like type and put in like, that's probably gonna take a little too long to get into Forex. We'll it's not a bad, it's more of a request than a question, I guess. Zenas, is there plans to create an official website for Asia? Great question.
Yes, we're actually working on that right now. I'm actually with some developers and stuff, and man, we got some great stuff coming in the future.
Yep. Speaking of the site and the tech and all that, does Asia plan to make other AI bots for things like indices or and crypto in the future?
It's indices. As far as indices and crypto. We're starting to, get a little, a few offers on the table. I'm back testing and, working with some other developers on some other ones. But, maybe in the future,
I think what's going on now is going to attract a lot of people. It's going to attract negative people, right? They're going to try to sling mud our way, but it's also attracting some good people who might want to collab with us and do some things. So, it might be exciting, might get some powerful minds. Like I said earlier in the video, man, I said, look, this is what I can bring to the table and make things, bigger and better and touch more families. Hopefully, if you're watching this, you're one of those people who might be able to bring something to the table, There's enough room to break bread, but, who knows what happened, crypto and all that other stuff. Let's see. If the free margin is the true balance, how can you say that you are making profits when in fact it is significantly less than the deposited amount and the stated balance. This is a long question, so I guess we can start with that. Free margin, and what he's talking about is, let me go to the trade, I guess. We can, right now I'm in drawdown, don't lose your mind, you know, but I guess we can show, when it comes to the trades, you have like margin and free margin.
Free margin is how much money you have to move around with in the market. All right. So if it is less, if you're in drawdown, it's going to be less. Free margin is how much you have to move around with before they actually start kicking you out of trades. All right.
Okay. So explain how the drawdown is justified with losses, and the only way to decrease the loss is by depositing more money. You're not actually earning more value but losing. How can you withdraw from the account?
Okay,
this is kind of that was like two questions. Explain how the drawdown is justified with losses.
All right, drawdown is whenever the market is moving in the opposite direction as the trades that you're placing. All right, it's not. All right, so how can I explain this? All right, so drawdown, of course, is whenever it's moving in the opposite direction. All right, and then the next question is, all right, the only way how to decrease the loss is to deposit in more money. That's to bring down the percentage. So like if your percentage is about 30%, all right, and all right, if your drawdown is about 30% and you need to increase more funds into it to bring it down to about 10%, that's why we tell people to deposit more money to bring down the actual drawdown. All right. And you're not actually earning, he's saying you're not actually earning more in value, but it's losing. You're not losing because it's only going in the opposite direction. Once the market actually corrects itself and turns, then all of that becomes into profit. All right. And how can you withdraw from the account? You will log back into your brokerage account, and then you will withdraw from the broker.
Yeah. Some of them are like some scared questions, but you know, we're here to answer them. That's kind of like on the way out. Is there any way for us to get bigger increments? For example, $10 profit margins for some of us smaller accounts instead of $1 or $1.15, 54. I think this is somebody asking, you know, is there any way to make bigger money with, you know, low accounts like $100, $500? I guess you can talk about people that kind of, they want to see the big numbers and they have small accounts, you know. They got, I think, tell them about percentages and, you know, why they need to understand that, why that's important, and with the lot sizes and percentages.
All right, to safely do it, we do not recommend running a big lot size, because if you run a big lot size, that could possibly blow your account. All right, so let's say you have a smaller account and you have a $500 account, all right, and you're making $10 a day, all right? So that's $50 a week, $200 a month. All right, on a $500 account, that's about what? That's 300. That's about a little over 50%, probably about 60% return. So I mean, you know, that's good considering the fact that, you know, if you would have had the $500 in the bank,
right,
you wouldn't have made anything in an entire month.
And this is for people who like have no money, they have a lot of things going on, but they just have a little bit of money in the markets. If that's the case, then you're just gonna have to have patience. There's no other way around it, right? Because the 500 account doesn't hit the same as a 5,000 account, as a $50,000 account. It doesn't hit the same. So with that said, you're gonna have to count on a little bit of patience and compounding, because if you start with 500 and you know your first month you profited, let's say $100, right? Now you have $600 that you're playing with, right? Don't withdraw that 100, keep that 600. Now your account's working off of 600, and so on and so forth until you build. It's either patience or you know, you have a big amount to, you know, dump in there. Okay, so let's read another question. I think that maybe sticking to the basics, especially since you are managing our accounts, stuff like step-by-step setup, this is more like of a request than it is a question, so we'll skip that. We'll get back to that. Why low profits on high balance and high profit on low balance?
I haven't seen that.
I haven't seen that.
That's somebody else.
Let me see. Somebody else answered. Let me see. Because lower balance accounts, it depends. I think I know what he was trying to ask, and we already just literally answered that. So let's continue. Yuri Mendez has asked, okay, criteria for picking a broker, regulated, unregulated, and why?
All right, regulated brokers, a lot of them don't offer past 50 leverage. Some regulated brokers do about 200, but that would be hard to work with the EA.
Okay, so
an unregulated broker is probably going to be your best option, but I would try to get a trusted, unregulated broker that has been around for a long time.
Okay, so MetaTrader 4, MT4 app. What do each of the numbers mean?
All right, balance is what you have as far as closed trades. All right, margin is how much money you have just tied up in a margin call. It's kind of like a reserve. All right, free margin is how much you have left to wiggle around with in the markets. All right, and then margin level is just a percentage.
Okay, so that's what you would see, at the top of the trades and all that. So that's what we just went over. How do you decide on which pairs to trade?
All right, the reason why I use the pairs the ones I use, like the Euro USD, the Euro to Yen, USD with the Yen, and U-Shell, is because they typically don't move more than 300 pips on the outbreak. Like right now, we're in drawdown. The market only moved 300 pips, but now it's overbought, so we're expecting the market to reverse and go ahead and correct now. Like if you were using a GBP pair, like a Great Britain pound pair, they typically move 500 pips. Sometimes hell, even 1,000 pips, 2,000, 3,000 pips, and that could easily blow someone's account. So we typically stay away from those pairs. I've just been using these for so long, they've been working the best. I like how they move. So that's why I stick to those.
Okay, so recommended strategies for the long term. How much to withdraw, how to scale, best practices when drawdown is high or high volatility. This is like a multi-layer. Let me start with recommended strategies for the long term. How much to withdraw, how to scale.
All right.
I think that's up to people, but yeah.
All right, so how to withdraw. Like I used to tell a lot of people back whenever I first started, I used to withdraw 30% of my profits monthly. So, just to get my initial capital out. So, your first month, if you made $1,000, go ahead and take 300 out, leave the other 700 in the compound. So the account's still growing and you're still making withdrawals. All right. So, and then, after, if you're withdrawing 30% of your profit and you're making 30% profit, after a few months, you'll be on house money and you still was taking withdrawals and your account was still growing.
Right.
All right. How to scale. I like to scale up by increments of 10,000.
The best practices when drawdown is high or high volatility is coming. Moving stop loss, closing trades manually, adding funds, etc. What are the practices?
All right, so whenever we have high volatility, which isn't normal because, these pairs that we trade, they typically don't run in 300 pips directions except for, just oddly, something similar like the drawdown that we're currently in right now. The only other things what you can do in these type situations would be adding more funds to your account if you're over leveraged. That's why I highly recommend don't over leveraging your account. Other things which you can do is moving the stop loss. Closing trades manually, I don't recommend because the way how the strategy works is the first level, all right, if it moves away in the opposite direction further away, it will place a recovery trade to actually have enough profit to cover the losing trade. So whenever you see the higher trades, that's about, $20, $30 in profit. If you close that out early, you're actually hurting yourself because the losing trades, now you're taking the profit away to cover those. All right. So in your mind, you might be like, man, shoot, this is a $40 profit. I'm about to go ahead and close it. Whenever you took that $40, the strategy actually calculated that one trade to maybe have $120 worth of profit. And now you just shot it in half and messed up the whole algorithm.
All right. So, let me see. What is a good withdrawal strategy each week? I believe you kind of went, you said you did it monthly.
Yeah, monthly.
You can reiterate if you want.
A good withdrawal strategy would be withdrawing 30% of your monthly profits. So, if you made $4,000 in a month, I would say take out $1,200 and then leave the remaining in the trading account.
Okay, so here's another question. How can I get started? This was the last one. It wasn't the last one, but it was like one of the last. I was like, how can I get started?
All right, the way how to get started is just reaching out to whoever referred you to this video, however you're watching this video.
Right, however you heard about it, whoever referred you, whoever you were talking to about it. If they have a link, go ahead and get back to them. They'll send you the link. Once you pay for it, register, currently the way it is now, it'll take you to a PDF that you're gonna download and follow the steps there. But we are actually working on something way easier, way simpler for you guys to get started. But as it stands now, get involved. If everything sounds good, if you're ready, if your emotions aren't all into it, you're not gonna, everything that we talked about, if everything made sense and you feel like it's a fit for you, there's nothing left to do but to do it.
Yeah, just go ahead and get started. The only thing holding you back is you.
That's it. All right. Thank you. See you guys next time. Peace.